Hey guys, and welcome to this brand new video on my channel. So in this video we're going to be doing something we've not done in a little while, and that is going through Sift Soil. Now, through the marketwatch episodes we've been doing, all 13 of them, we've always noticed and sort of documented that the archaeology materials are very in tune of going up and down quite a lot, and they're always in the rises, they're always in the falls, and it's something which can very much be labelled as in demand throughout the time, and it's very much inconsistent and consistent at the same time. There's always stuff there, but you can never tell which item's there. So at the minute, some of the biggest rises are actually the non-members material. The stuff which is most viable and most available to people is stuff which is really going up high. Now, it can be linked to the historic components and people are making the lower tier stuff, but that is one of the things which is going really high. So because of that, in terms of a money making method, Sift Soil, which is a lunar spell you can unlock from Lunar Diplomacy with 91 magic, is currently over 10 mil per hour with certain gravels. Now to do this, especially for the higher tier stuff, which we're going to show at the beginning of the video, I recommend 99 Archeology, which is an absolute must, but 120 is beneficial and preferable. You're going to need 91 magic and 50 summoning as well. The 50 summoning is going to be for a Water Fiend, which will find you both materials and artifacts, so it will give you more profit and more XP. In terms of items, you need the best Archeology soil box possible. I would highly recommend buying out the top tier of soil box, because this is what will make this method so easy and so AFK. The Master Archaeologist outfit, which is a non-negotiable, you have to have this because it makes your Sift Soil faster and at a rate of 1 tick per item. A Lime Root pouch, which you can use if you want to, or use a Mud Battle Staff or Water and Earth combination runes. So because I've been doing so many forms of lunar spells and money making methods, I have bought Elemental Battle Staff. I have bought that for a price of 2 mil, and it's probably one of the best purchases I've done on this account. So get one of those, it will save you a lot of money for your skilling. In terms of how many of these soils you can do per hour, you're roughly going to be looking at 5,000. So you're going to need 5,000 astrals, your elemental battle staff, and 5,000 of your choice of gravel. So in terms of doing the method, it's actually nice and easy. You withdraw all your astrals. You withdraw your soil box. Now currently I have ancient gravel stored in this because I've just done a quick trial running stuff. In terms of XP, actually, this is really good XP. You're looking at 460k magic XP along with 100,000 archaeology XP passive at a bank. So pretty decent to say the least. And you'll have a little bit of an increase on that as well because your familiar will find artifacts as well. So once you click the Sift Soil spell, you can go to a max. In a minute I tried it with 100 and it went up to 100. So I imagine it could go up to 500 for a full soil box. And once you click make, this will basically sift all your soil and you'll get all the items here. And the reason you're using your soil box is so all your soil is stored there rather than your invo, and you can pretty much just sit there until you've got full invo materials, which will reduce on the porter cost, which was used to be the thing which would take quite a bit of profits away from doing this method before. But now because you can use your soil box and you can just basically run through all your materials and all your soil, your invo just fills up really quick. Now when you're doing this, I would like to hope you have a preset set up so you're a lot quicker than I am. I'm not that quick. In terms of doing this, you're only going to be using 1 astral and 1 soil. So an astral rune is currently at a price of 1.1k, and a soil I bought over 900 GP, so roughly 2k per spell. And once you get in a 1-to-1 near ratio of material to soil, it doesn't take long for you to rack up a fair amount of materials. So these materials are from a rough 100 soil patch. And again, this is roughly just to show you what the GP is. So all in, we'd be roughly about 200k GP for the spells and the soil. And we've made 130k profit. This has a very good calculator of what works best, but also it breaks down what materials come from what soils. So if there's a certain material which is doing really well, so let's use Third Age Iron for example, you can flick through all the different soils to see which one it contains. So you know that you're looking for Third Age Iron because it's really high. Volcanic Ash doesn't have it, but the rest of them does. Not only that, it breaks down roughly how much profit you can get from each. So you can see Third Age Iron and Xerosan Insignia, the 2 early stuff, are the highest from the ancient gravels, but that will probably be linked to the historical components and people farming them and the early sorts of artifacts. But yeah, going through each, it will break down roughly how much profit you're going to make. So the Zami Soil, the Fire Brimstone is pretty good at 12.2 mil, and that'll be because of Third Age Iron, Hellfire Metal, wherever it is, and the colours as well. The colours are always very good. Sorrow 11.7, Armour 11.8. 11.2, and then Volcanic Ash is the worst because the knot is desirable even though the orgone is actually quite high there. So yes, preferable, the best method for you to do this is actually via using Sift Soil. Alternatively, if you're a lower level and if you are looking for a money making method which makes you a little bit, well, not a little bit, a decent amount of money but just less for Sift Soil, still using a screen station will make you a decent amount of profit. So I'm going to buy a bit more soil just so we can go through it. I'll buy the ancient gravel again. And the place to do this is only at the Archeology camp. That is the only place you can sift soil. So we'll grab our soil box, and again, for the method like this, if you're going to do washing soil, get the best Archeology box you can. It will cost you a little bit in chronos, but you'll make your money back very, very quick. Go to the campus. Now, because of this, you've got two methods. You can either do similar to what we've just done, take your soil box, empty them, and then run to the bank, and then deposit, and then run back. Or if you are looking for the max AFK time and the max sort of efficiency of how much soil you're washing per hour, you can use your Grace of the Elves. One thing I would highly recommend for when you are doing this is getting in your hour of your premier artifact, because that will give you a 50% chance to save on porter charges. But pretty much you just run over here and you just click the screen mesh. Because of the soil, you can do it in 100 instances, so you just pretty much sit there and let it go. Now, without porter, your info will just fill and then you start to run back and forth to the bank. Absolutely not the worst thing in the world, but it will take a hit. Or you can just whack your Grace of the Elves on and it will automatically go to the bank for you. In both scenarios, it is good to have a water fiend, because the water fiend will find you more materials and it'll also find you the odd artifact as well. But this is a very quick way to sort of burn through porter charges. I would definitely do it alongside a porter if you've got the premier artifact hour available, because it's viable then, because you're going to be using half your charges. But if you have Sift Soil available, you're going to make more profit, it's going to be quicker, and you can do it while bank standing as well, and actually gaining a combined total of 550k XP. So yeah, that is pretty much this video. Sift Soil is a very good money making method, and it has been quite consistent for months now. Ever since the spell was released, it's been really beneficial to Archeology and such a good money maker as well. It's definitely, I wouldn't say it's actually that high of a requirement either. 91 mage, especially with how mage is trained in combat now, really isn't anything high. 99 Archeology is a decent requirement, but for the money which you'll bring in, it's a very good method to do as well. And if you've got alts, and if you're looking for ways for alts to make you profit or pay a bond off, again, very viable method for you to do. Very low intent, very AFK, and very much a bank standing skill as well. So yeah, definitely one I'll be adding into the rotation once the noob account can sort of get the questing done. And to be fair, Luna is definitely one of the quests on the list anyway. But I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you find it useful, please leave me a like, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next.